I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome to our meeting. Our first order of business, if I could just take a roll call. Trustee Berenger?
Berenger's present.
Ferraro's present.
Carl present.
O'Connor's present.
All right, thank you so much. Next order of business, I need a motion to continue the public hearing on property acquisition, eminent domain procedure law, S202, 47 Lakes Road, Roscoe Smith Estate. Need a motion?
Carl will make that motion.
Second?
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried.
I would just note for the record that since our last appearance, since the last public hearing on this matter, we have not received any additional public comments. We are also, I am recommending as your attorney that you do not close the public hearing tonight, but rather continue it to a special meeting scheduled October 9th.
Okay.
You know, I think I misspoke. There's a special meeting on the 9th, but this will not be on the agenda. Rather, it'll be on the agenda as a continuation of the public hearing at the regular meeting on
17th.
October 17th, yes.
Okay, so the public here is homing. Anyone from the public regarding this matter? Okay, so I need a motion to adjourn this public hearing
To the 17th.
to the 17th of October.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the public hearing, Local Law X of 2023, the amendment to Chapter 200 zoning to regulate pre-existing non-conforming bulk. Need a motion to open the public hearing?
Carl will make that motion.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Public hearing is open. I don't want to say the public, Joe, would you like to say anything? No. Okay. Just watching. Okay.
You could do that from home. You could do that from home.
I was thinking about that as I was walking in.
Okay.
Then you don't get to see me.
Okay, we're going to continue this, I believe, yes?
You can, I know we're going to continue the next one. If you wish, you can continue this as well. We're having a special meeting on the 9th, correct?
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Let's just do that. So if no one from the public wishes to speak on the matter, let's, I need a motion to adjourn this meeting to the 17th, excuse me, to the 9th.
Carl will make that motion.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the public hearing, Local Law X of 2023, amendment to Local Law Number 4 of 2021, which established the floor area ratios for single-family detached dwellings and two-family dwellings in the village of Monroe. So I need a motion to open the public hearing on this matter.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second,
Carl will second.
call this question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Council, just to be clear, I want to make sure that when we refer to the amendment to the local law, which, meaning it did in 2021.
It's an amendment to the local law that was adopted in 2021.
Right.
And as you recall, the primary purpose of this law is to eliminate any potential confusion as to whether it applies to all single and two-family homes or only those that were not in a subdivision that was filed.
Just a point of housekeeping, was there something that Council Kathleen Bennett wanted us to read for the
She
adjournment?
did not send anything, but I just noted for the record that we haven't received any other comments on the eminent domain.
Okay. Okay, at this time, no one from the public wishes to speak on this matter. I ask for an adjournment on the Public Law X of 2023, amendment to local law number 4 of 2021, which established the floor area ratios for single-family detached dwellings and two-family dwellings in the Village of Monroe.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, the approval of the minutes, meeting minutes as submitted by the clerk for September 26th meeting. I need a motion to adopt the minutes as submitted.
Carl will make that motion.
O'Connor will
please.
second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro abstains.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the completion of probation, Police Department employees, Delicio and R. King. Trustee Berenger.
Be it resolved, the following police department employees hereby complete their probationary period. Mason DeLacio, part-time parking enforcement officer, effective April 6, 2023. Ryan King, part-time dispatcher, effective April 25, 2023. The necessary MSD-426B will be submitted to the Orange County Department of Human Resources. I'd like to put this in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will make that, second that, rather.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. And just for housekeeping purposes, this is required by civil service before we can accept their resignation, which we did.
Mhm.
This piece needed to be done.
Right.
Okay, so,
Mhm.
and we've done that, thank you. Okay, no old business, new business, request to hang scarecrows and corn stalks. In a letter from Barbara Mallory, Service Unit Manager for the Monroe Woodbury Girl Scouts, she requests permission of the Board of Trustees to host their annual Scarecrows in the Village activity, on Saturday, October 14th, 2023, with a rain date of Sunday, October 15th. The Girl Scouts would like to decorate the downtown of the Village of Monroe with corn stalks and scarecrows for fall season. The Girl Scouts will gather in the parking lot by the bus depot and Beck's at 11 a.m. and take a group photo, and then will proceed to hang the scarecrows and corn stalks on the lampposts. Be resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the request of Barbara Mallory, Service Unit Manager for the Monroe Woodbury Girl Scouts, and hang corn stalks and scarecrows on the lampposts in the downtown for the fall season on Saturday, October 14th, 2023, at 11 a.m., with a rain date of October 15th, 2023. Has also been scheduled in case of inclement weather. I need a motion to accept this application as submitted.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Just,
Discussion?
Yeah, just quick discussion on that. Again, I'd ask that they don't put the scarecrows within the crosswalk areas, because at nighttime,
Looks like
it's like
people.
somebody's standing there waiting to go across the road. So if we just keep them, they did last year at our request, so I would just ask that they continue that practice.
Okay, cool. Okay, we have first and second for discussion. Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay, so we've, tabled all three public hearings, which was, now we've got it noted as local law 20 of 2023. I did, but I'm just saying, I do see a local law 20 here.
That's what it will be.
It will be, okay. Because I'm using X.
Yeah, that sounds like the new Twitter format. You may want to put, you may want to be saying "to be determined,"
To be determined.
to be determined instead of X. So that's, isn't
TBD.
that the new Twitter thing, X or?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
X.
yeah. Maybe I just want to put "to be determined."
Okay.
TBD.
You could just say draft local law
Just local law with no number.
with no number, because X is kind of, yeah, I would
Yeah,
just say
that's-
draft local law to
I'm
whatever.
just trying to, figure it out after I put all those other numbers.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's, you get used to habits, and that's the way it is. Yeah,
I'm willing
I get
to
it.
change it.
Just to be determined, that's all.
yeah,
All right.
it used to be always that there was no number assigned
It would be so much easier
Yeah.
that way until you go to maybe physically file it.
until you adopt it, then it
Yeah.
gets a number.
Right. All right, so we've held off on that, and just for the board's clarity on that, that has to do with the nonconformance in a zone where they currently don't conform, and then the additional space or whatever the request is furthers the nonconformance, and we're saying that's an issue. Am I correct?
Yeah, so what we've done is, if this is non-conforming, because this house is non-conforming because it's too close to the lot line, and they want to do this, it's an increase of the non-conformity.
Right, and we don't want to
So
see
you
don't
won't
want
get the
that.
benefit of that all the way down the lot line.
exactly. So just so everybody
Or even
knows.
if they go up. Okay, so,
All right, we know about the other one, that takes care of that, and then, okay, so I think we're good there. So A, B, and C, we'll be taking it on next Monday at the 9th at 7 PM. And the one that'll come out on the 17th is local law of 2023, amending Chapter 200 zoning to regulate pre-existing, no, excuse me. It's the one,
it's eminent domain,
eminent domain,
but
excuse
it's
me.
just, it's just a continuation of the public hearing, I'm not sure. The board will be ready to do findings and determinations of this.
Okay. Okay, the agreement for the Orange County Town, let's see where we are here. Agreement, Orange County Town and Villages Drug and Alcohol Testing in 2024, Partners in Safety. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the drug and alcohol renewal agreement for 2024 Town and Villages of Orange County, whereby Partners in Safety, under the terms and conditions of the agreement, shall provide to the Village of Monroe with drug testing that meets the compliance of the U.S. Department of Transportation requiring alcohol and drug testing of safety-sensitive employees. Complete DOT random testing program is $49 per test. Pre-employment, post-accident, reasonable cause, or follow-up testing performed during business hours at the rates quoted in the agreement. It is further resolved, the Board of Trustees authorize Mayor Dwyer to sign the agreement with the Partners in Safety. I need a motion to sign this agreement.
Carl will make that motion.
Berenger will second.
Do we have a copy of the rates? In the-
Yes,
in the
it's
agree-
right in your, in your iPad.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll pull it up in that. All right, thank you.
Okay, so we have first and second. Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, Trustee Ferraro.
Okay. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the SHI agreement for the No B4 Security Awareness Training subscription addressing cybersecurity to minimize the risk, thus prevent the loss of money for the Village of Monroe. The total cost of this three-year agreement is $5,032.80 to be allocated evenly, $1,258.20, budget line from a budget line 7 contractual, A1620.4500. PD Constructural, A 3120.4500, Highway, Street Administration, General Expenses, A 5010, F.4100, Water Administration, F.8310.4500. I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will second that.
Discussion? Just the board's information, this is a 3-year contract?
Yep.
Right? So the contract per year has been set at $1,258.20. So for the next 3 years, this is our contractual, right?
That's it.
Okay, we have first and second, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
All right, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, trustee Carl.
Yep. Resolve, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of village engineer John O'Rourke, P.E., and approves payment number 1 submitted by Regal Utilities Services, Inc., 731 Warwick Turnpike, Hewitt, New Jersey, 07421 for the Forshee Street Water Main Replacement Project in the amount of $209,447.17. All documentation has been reviewed and found complete. Mayor Dwyer is hereby authorized to sign the voucher for the payment, and I'll put that in the form of a motion contingent upon county approval as well, because this is a community development block grant.
Right.
O'Connor will second.
Okay, further discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Who was the second one?
O'Connor,
O'Connor.
O'Connor. Yep. Okay. Everybody called? We did? 5? Okay, 5-0, done. Okay, I don't have anything for this evening. Council, do you have anything?
Did everyone, or, well, something we should discuss. I received an email from Bryant Nugent today
Mm-hmm.
regarding signage.
Yep.
And village street right-of-ways. I haven't had an opportunity to completely digest all of this yet, but apparently Maureen Richardson was putting signs in front of the town hall in the right-of-way, which apparently is a village street. So he had them, Tony had them taken down, but then Brian reached out to me saying it's really up to the village to enforce, and asked me for my opinion on your signage law. So I am looking into that, and what I will do is circulate an opinion to everyone when I've had an opportunity to really look at it. I have noted a couple of issues with your current signage law that I would recommend strongly that you change, because it has implications for First Amendment in that you treat political signs and other signs differently, which is not a good idea. So, but she is relying on certain apparent exceptions in your local law to say that she's permitted to put those signs there. I don't read those exceptions as necessarily saying that. Mr. Nugent doesn't either, but I want to take a look at that in more detail. I just got this today. I guess the question I have for the board is, what has been your policy in terms of political signs in the village right of way?
So since I've been on the board, at least particularly Crane Park, you just didn't do it. And my
You didn't
first,
do it.
you didn't do it. First year I did it, did not know I couldn't, and the mayor at the time had them all picked up. And I come in, I asked the clerk, had anybody taken my signs or heard about it? And she goes, oh yeah, they're over there. And it was just what you weren't supposed to do. That's the reason I actually called you today, to see what they did during your time. But in my time, I've never seen a political sign in Crane Park. As far as the right-of-way goes, I've seen them at the ends of Rye Hill Road, where it goes into the golf course. I've seen them up in Maple Knolls. I put them out there. I think we all have. So I don't really have so much of an issue with there, but I do have an issue with myself, with using government locations and the Crane Park. Because to me, Crane Park is the sanctuary. To me, that's how I feel about it.
It's parkland. It should be left as parkland.
So,
Okay, The issue
That's
right
my-
now, though, isn't Crane Park,
No.
but what I'm hearing is they are allowed in the village right-of-way on
It's always been.
But not, I believe, I remember hearing that they
But not
weren't
in
allowed
front
to
of-
be
yeah.
at Town Hall.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
Well, it was just one of those things, you just didn't do it.
You just didn't do
No,
it.
you didn't
You know,
do
we
it,
know-
yeah.
I know during my time, you just didn't, certain areas, you just didn't put them. You didn't put them in the park, you didn't put them in front of the village hall, you didn't put them in front of any government property.
And when you did, you got it picked up. But we just took it as
Right.
gospel, whether it was in the code or not. I just thought it was actually politically, my personal feeling is that it's good form not to do it.
Right.
Just pick them up and go across the street and put them in there. You're in the village right away on the other side of the road. you
So
know.
the board is not supportive of allowing signs to be posted in front of Town Hall?
No, not at all.
Okay. I'll reach-
Nor Crane Park.
Nor Crane
Or
Park.
Airplane to Waterfall.
Any
Smith Clove
that includes
Smith Clove Park.
Smith Clove Park, any parkland.
Okay. I'll reach out to Brian tomorrow. It may be a bit of a problem because this Maureen Richardson may,
It's not even, let me tell you something, Maureen aside, I'm sure she's watching tonight. It's not Maureen Richardson.
no, I'm not
It's
saying
more,
that.
no, I know it's not. What I mean to say is, it's not Maureen Richardson, it's Timmy Smith, it's Harry Reesner, it's all these names. This place is gonna look like daisies here in 2 weeks, like daisies. It's just gonna be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with the First Amendment, right, you just spoke about, what you're gonna have then is, I have a right to say this.
Right.
Now, that's there. And our guests come into our park, and they just want to just walk and just chill out. I did it the other day with this young scout that's coming in 5 minutes. I mean, we breezed through North and South Pond. It was wonderful. Nothing there but just kind of nature and just the surroundings, and I don't want to see politics.
I drove through New Windsor and Cornwall today, and there's one political sign after another, but all in their right of way.
Yeah, I see them. I mean, the same thing in
Yeah.
Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that, has anyone, well, never mind.
Well, I was going to say, and there also should be a time limit maybe on, for any sign, that they need to be picked up within
Well, there
like,
is in
Well, there
our-
is in the code.
in
Oh,
our-
okay.
In our code, it is
But
in
maybe
there.
to put them out, maybe we're starting to put them out.
But how many times you see garage sale signs, they have the garage sale, and then 4 months later, that sign's still sitting there for
Right.
something that was back in June.
Yeah.
They don't pick them up. You know, you
Right.
got the time to put them out, but you don't have the
Right.
time to pick them up.
That happens, but that's also in
And it
the
isn't,
code.
and it isn't, you know, like, I know there was a big 4x8 banner, which I've enjoyed that triangle over the years, and so has any other candidate that wishes to post out there. And fine, and it's probably not even ours, it's state DOT,
It's
we
state-
mow it,
That's
but,
state right away
yeah,
there.
so, you know, I don't want to make this difficult. As a matter of fact, I was going to reach out to the candidate today and mention it, just in the form of, just, you know, let's just not do it in the park or on town properties or properties where government, so, because it's just gonna get really out of hand. It just
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, and I think
It's
that's.
ugly.
Yeah, and I think that certainly you can do that. And you can just note that the policy of the village has always been not to allow postings in front of village hall, town hall, in the parks. And, you know, we wish you would comply.
Well, the
think
policy,
they're-
I don't believe was ever in writing. It was just a verbal.
Unwritten.
It was just an
But-
unwritten
yeah, but
verbal
that-
thing. Hey,
but-
don't put it there, you know, don't stick it in front of a
But,
church.
but it's
you
a
know.
pattern and practice that has been
Yeah.
followed.
Right.
Yes,
So it has the effect of a policy.
okay.
So I've been doing it for 9 years, just as me as a candidate, thinking about what I helped to do in the past. And I remember, we were told, as a matter of fact, we would go to McDonald's and ask the owners if they would permit us. I would go to, if I wanted to put it at Jake Wayback, I would ask him, would you be okay if I did this? And where would you like it? Because these are private properties, even at the, what do you call it?
McDonald's, where those signs are, in the state right away down there.
Yeah,
They're not on private property. They're in the state right away.
well, we respect Jerry and the
Yep.
owner. But even at the, what do you call it? We had, one year, we got a call from the owner or the management company in Massachusetts for the Dollar Tree, the dollar store over there, saying, you got political signs there, you can't have them, gotta take them down. So we did. You know, people are getting fed up with politicians. They don't want to know about it, they don't want to see it. So I just think the etiquette of not having it, I think goes a long way. It just, the triangles are available. Triangles, how about it?
That was all I had for the board.
Okay,
Got a couple of
Yep.
quick things, if I can.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, actually, I believe last week, I attended the Orange County Sewer District meeting up in Goshen. I hadn't been there really all summer, so I just wanted to go and listen in. And one of the things that Delaware Engineering is doing on behalf of Orange County is they're looking to get a variance for water quality-based effluent limits for total dissolved solids and chlorides, AKA salts, for the Harriman Sewer Treatment Plant. But sitting there listening to it and then reading the report that they gave, they go on, regionally, the issues of elevated chloride levels are a result of urbanization and the secondary impacts of the treatment, so forth and so on. And sodium and chloride concentrates have increased over time as the county has become more urbanized, resulting in chloride concentrations in source water and rivers at levels elevated over typical background values. One of the things that struck me is the elevated chloride concentrations above are caused by human activity, which is a watershed management issue. With that being said, there was a salt shed that had been constructed, unbeknown, I believe, to no one, off of Scunnamunk Road, which is right on the fringe of our sand and gravel aquifer. Have we heard anything on that, or what the status of that is by any chance? I think we need to bring that to the front burner again, because we certainly don't want to lose our well over there in the park to sodium chlorides.
You want me to reach out to
Yes.
Brian Nugent?
yes.
So, I mean, that was kind of the interesting things. They are talking about the hardship if they have to go to a process which is known as reverse osmosis. It's very expensive, takes a lot of power to run it. And they go on to say that disproportionate adverse impacts to the Harriman water treatment ratepayer threatening the welfare of a population, a potential 20% of which is living in poverty. So that's just something that we got to keep into consideration as well. With the folks living in poverty, we're going to have to pay for these. We're going to have to pay for this if they have to go in that direction. That's the reason why they're looking to try to get the variance. Whether that happens or not, that's yet to be seen. But I found it interesting, and basically the second to last paragraph, the County of Orange stands ready to participate in a regional or watershed-based approach to variance if the department finds total dissolved solids is naturally high in chlorides, and I'm not even going to pronounce that word, pollutant in the watershed. So, again, I mean, even these folks are recognizing that chlorides is an issue in the watersheds. That salt shed over there on Scunnamunk was put in, they're using it, and it's right next to our aquifer. So I'd like to see, I know there was a lot of emails flying around back in the end of last winter, early spring, and now it's quiet, so.
John, you said they're using it. It's being used, or who's there?
KJ, Village of Irish Joel, Town of Palm Tree, put this salt shed up.
Okay,
Quite a large salt shed.
okay.
If you go out past the North Main Street Firehouse, go up Scunnamunk Street, go up around the bend and look to your left, you'll see it. But they've been using that now about 2 years,
Okay.
right? About 2 years now, I believe it is.
Yeah,
So it's a concern, and we need to
Yeah.
protect our water. And hopefully our neighboring municipalities share in that concern with us and help us.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had, have we heard anything on our highway exemptions that we requested from the
no,
town?
not a
Nothing?
word, and I haven't heard from another village. I hadn't heard anything, no response yet.
Okay. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
I had one thing, I did actually speak with Chief today, but I know John had also reached out. Since we have the four-way intersection at Rye Hill, Mine, and Reynolds, there have been no motor vehicle accidents since. I know we had talked about how we felt safer, so I think it's working.
Yeah, I think so, Deb. I think it's working really well, actually.
Yeah.
It is. Pine trees next.
Good. Pine trees next, yep. And on that end, Andrea Connell, who is our traffic consultant, engineer, she's back in town, we think the 12th maybe, and we're gonna do a field visit. We've got Mapes
Oh, nice.
to discuss, Pine Tree to discuss, and 208 to discuss. So
You sit there long enough on Spring Street, you'll watch the cars try to shimmy around on the right and go up on the sidewalk. It's amazing. Have you seen it? It's
You mean
actually-
by Spring Hill?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're right on that sidewalk.
Right where the sidewalk ends, it happens to end this way, so they could do it, they could jump it.
Oh.
Not that it's right, for sure. So that'll be happening next
What
week.
do we need, like a guardrail or?
No, we need a turn, we probably need a
Turning
straight
lane.
through
Need a
lane.
And that sidewalk, they'd be pushed back.
Need a turning lane.
That sidewalk's too close to the road to begin with.
Hmm.
You're gonna wind up with all the snow on it when they plow the roads. You're gonna have
Yep.
4-foot snow piles on that sidewalk.
Agreed.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm good, nothing.
very good. All right, so, anyone from the public wish to speak? You got anything, Nick? You good, huh? Good man. Okay, so, I need a motion to go into, attorney-client. I want to talk about litigation. Can we do that for 10 minutes? 5
And then
minutes,
come back out?
and then come back out?
Okay.
Berenger will
No,
make the
I mean,
motion?
the agenda's good.
You would have to come out, though, to close the
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't think, Andy, you're referring to the
Well,
video.
Yeah, because you can't pause that.
You can take photos
We'd-
before.
It would be a
Post out
second.
for the
Oh,
points of
okay.
entry.
Wow.
You just can't pause and then continue later, so we would have to stop it. Is that what you want to do? There'd be two for this date. There'd be this one, we stop it, then there'd be a second one for the same date.
If you're not going to take any action
I'm
after
not taking
coming
it, yeah.
out, then I don't think you need to record that. You'll just make a note of it in the minutes, like always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, so, did I get a motion to call?
Yeah,
the-
Berenger made the motion.
Second?
Ferraro second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Caroline.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so
Shut
carry,
it down?
please.
Okay.
Let me know when we're good.